Maybe you from the 1970s, when the Los Angeles Rams was known as the Fearsome Foursome because of that defensive line. Or maybe you in the city of St. Louis, the gateway to the Midwest, where the greatest show on turf brought home the first ever Super Bowl championship. Or maybe you in the here and now, with the Rams back in LA, winners of Super Bowl 56. You can rock Eric Dickerson. You can rock Marshall Faulk, Isaiah Bruce, and Kurt Warner. Or maybe you rocking Cooper Cup, Aaron Donald, and Matthew Stafford. It doesn't matter because when it comes to this, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams. Horns up, Rams South. Time to talk Rams football.
Good afternoon, good people. Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome to Ramley Talk, the final Ramley Talk of 2023. Because on Monday we get into the year of 2024. Nevertheless, I am here. The Playmakers in the building down in the South said, thank you for watching. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, X, or LinkedIn, thank you for tuning in to Ramley Talk on today. I'm not gonna take too much on your time. Got a real quick show for you, so I'm gonna jump right into it with some Ram talk. And we talking to Los Angeles Rams. Got one news and note for you, ladies and gentlemen. Torrey Holt is a finalist for the class of 2024 NFL Hall of Fame. He's not in yet. He's one of the finalists, one of the, I think 15 finalists. That also includes Andre Johnson, as I remember correctly. But Torrey Holt is the last one of the greatest show on turf to not be in the Hall of Fame yet. Kurt Warner's in there. Marshall Faulk is in there. Orlando Pace is in there. Even Isaac Bruce is in there. Torrey Holt is the last member of the greatest show on turf that needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Hopefully, when we get to Super Bowl time, that it will be announced that he is going into the Hall of Fame of class 2024. This man should have been in the Hall of Fame, okay? When you put Kurt Warner in there, when you put Marshall Faulk in there, when you put Isaac Bruce in there, when you put Orlando Pace in there, you got to finish it off with Torrey Holt. Don't let Torrey Holt keep waiting. Go ahead and put him in the Hall of Fame because he was the member of that greatest show on turf that took it to the top. You got to put Torrey Holt in there. We want Torrey Holt into the Hall of Fame. You got to put him in the Hall of Fame. There's no array around it. He needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Do not mess this up, NFL, by not putting Torrey Holt in the Hall of Fame. All right, that's what we need right now for Ram Nation to get Torrey Holt into the Hall of Fame. Okay, now that's the only news and notes I got for you right now. So we're gonna jump right into it. Final home game of the season. It was on Thursday Night Football. We had some things going on. Shout out to Daniel. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, sir. Talking about Torrey Holt. Need to be in the Hall of Fame. Go ahead and complete the greatest show on turf by putting Torrey Holt in the Hall of Fame. That's all you got to do, NFL. Go ahead and complete the greatest show on turf. That's it. That's all we ask for. Go ahead and complete the set. Now, we had the final home game this past Thursday. The Rams was hosting the New Orleans Saints in a big battle on Thursday Night Football with the New Orleans Saints not only battling for a wild card slot, but also battling for the NFC South. The Rams obviously battling for a wild card slot because the San Francisco 49ers already won the NFC West. So it was a big game either way. Somebody's going to take a big loss. Somebody's going to get a big win. The LA Rams defending home turf 30-22. Now the Saints came back, made it a little closer than what it was, but they was never in this game, okay? It was the Rams from start to finish. Now we got to clean up some things. Can't have teams scoring 15 points in the fourth quarter. Do a little nitpicking here. Can't have teams scoring 14 points in the fourth quarter. 15 points in the fourth quarter. Okay, when you got them down, keep them down, make it happen, make your statement, and get up out of there. We do have some trouble in the kicking game, but hey, I believe Sean McVay will work it out, the kicking game, so it don't cost us in the big one, which is playoffs. But nevertheless, we're not officially in yet, but we have a very, very good chance of getting into the playoffs. But nevertheless, back to the game at hand. 30-22 win for the Los Angeles Rams at home. Here's a quick statistics. I'm going to get to the big depth chart in a minute. As you can see here, we had Derek Carr throw a pick in 3 touchdowns, 319. Matthew Stafford, another game, another efficient game. Stafford is rolling, okay? He is on point. He is on. I'm loving what I'm saying from Matthew Stafford, all right? So let's go to the big one. As you see, Derek Carr, 27 for 40, 319, 3 touchdowns and an interception. We held Alvin Kamara to 19 yards rushing. Matter of fact, 19 yards total. 9 carries, 19 yards, Alvin Kamara. The Saints, as a rushing team, was held to 35 yards on 16 carries. That is 2.2 yards per average rushing. The defense, we have given Raheem Morris a lot of flack. Raheem Morris a lot of criticism. But to have a defense that is this young, really the only people that you really know on this defense is actually Aaron Donald and Ernest Jones the fourth. This defense is doing great. This defense is doing good to be so young. You held the New Orleans Saints to 35 yards rushing. Okay. Yes, Derek Carr threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, but none of those really mattered. Except for the first one. When he found, I believe, Rashard Sneed on a 70-yard, on a 45-yard bomb in the second quarter that made it, I believe it was 17 then. That's the only one that actually mattered, to be honest, out of his stat line. Outside of that, Chris Olave, 9 catches, 123 yards. No problem. Jawan Johnson had 4 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. A.T. Perry also had a touchdown. But look at it. Alvin Kamara, 5 catches, 16 yards. Alvin Kamara didn't have 20 yards in either the running game nor the receiving game. 5 catches for 16 yards in the pass game. 9 carries for 19 yards in the run game. Taysom Hill, only 2 carries for 2 yards. He didn't even have a catch. Raheem Morris, give him his flowers, okay? Yeah, we have some mistakes and whatnot, but to have a defense this young and have a defense that's doing this good, that says a lot to Raheem Morris. Aaron Donald ain't putting up numbers that he usually do. He usually putting up. We barely hear Aaron Donald's name in these games. Kobe Turner, Ernest Jones, Brian Young, okay? You know, just to name some people. Christian Rosenboom has stepped up. Akilah Witherspoon has stepped up. Jordan Fuller has made some plays, okay? You have not been hearing Aaron Donald's name this season. It's everybody else around Aaron Donald who's been stepping up. And that's a good thing. Because we know if we get into the playoffs, it's always going to be as concerned when it comes to number 99 on that defense. Because when he wants to, he can wreck a game when he feels like it. Now, the other guys are doing their thing. Now, on the offensive side, Matthew Stafford, 24 for 34, 328, 2 touchdowns, no picks. A 91.5 quarterback rating, 120.7 rating. Stafford has been efficient. Ever since the bye week, Matthew Stafford has been efficient, okay? That man has been so efficient. Let me go back. I need to see this because what we see from Matthew Stafford is straight beauty, okay? Now, Cup struggled Thursday. 6 catches, 52 yards, but he struggled Thursday, okay? He dropped 2 touchdowns. The Cup dropped 2 touchdowns. We not used to saying that from Cooper Cup. He dropped 2 touchdowns. He's struggling. But Puka Nacua, 9 catches, 164 yards and a touchdown, doing his thing. Demarcus Robinson, 6 catches, 82 yards and a touchdown, doing his thing. Carrying Williams, 22 carries, 104 yards and a touchdown. The fact that Sean McVay can throw the ball 34 times and have the running attack run for 32 times, gotta love the balance. He's not giving up on the run, and that's all we ask for him. That's all we ask for my head coach. Do not abandon the run. Whatever you do, don't abandon the run, okay? Keep the running game going, because when we run, we can pass it back. Puka Nacua is killing it. We know what Cooper Cup is. Cooper Cup is a Super Bowl MVP and a Triple Crown wide receiver. Demarcus Robinson has shown up to be a guy, a dude, a dog, okay? We got Tyler Higbee. We got Tutu Atwell when we need to. We have weapons. Oh, and we have Dennis Allen, our rookie tight end, who filled in admirably when we had to go to Baltimore when Tyler Higbee couldn't play. Our rookie tight end filled in admirably for him. We still got Bryson Hopkins. Matthew Stafford has targets. Long as Sean McVay continues to run the ball, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? And I need to tell you this right now. I have the rushing leaders on my phone right now. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is number one. He's at 1,394 yards rushing. So by the time week 14, by week 16, 17 is this weekend, he'll be at 1,400. He'll be over 1,400 yards rushing. But guess who's second on the list in the entire National Football League in rushing? Kyren Williams. 1,057 rushing yards is second in the league in rushing. Second in the league in rushing. Gots to love it. Gotta love it. Guess what? Let's go to wide receiver. Guess who's in the top 5 of wide receivers this year? Puka Nacua, who is ranked 4th in receiving yards at 1,327 receiving yards. Tyreek Hill is at 1,641. Number 2 is CeeDee Lamb at 1,424. And number 3 is A.J. Brown at 1,394. By the end of this upcoming game, Puka Nacua could be over 1,400 yards receiving. And that's our rookie wide receiver. That's not Cooper Kupp. That's our rookie wide receiver. And Puka Nacua. We have it going, people. We got it going. I love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing from this offense. As long as Sean McVay continues to, call the game as he been calling, keep the run coming, do some play action passes, let Master Stafford do his thing in the passing game, we have a balanced team on offense. And then the defense is optimistic, okay? They'll bend sometimes, and then they'll probably get a turnover. They'll bend but make you punt, okay? We have a defense that is optimistic. To be so young, but they are optimistic. I love what this defense is doing, okay? By the way, before I get to my first break, somebody was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And ladies and gentlemen, that would be Puka Nacua. I think this is the 3rd time this season he has been named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week. 9 catches, 164 yards, and a touchdown. And one of those catches was ridiculous. When he caught the ball sliding down, and with 2 defenders trying to knock the ball out of his hand, they couldn't do it successfully in time. Puka Nacua has been killing it, despite Cooper Kupp struggling a bit this year. Puka Nacua has been doing his thing. I love what Puka Nacua is doing. That's continuing ongoing. That would take care of week 16 of the recap. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, week 17, we're on the road. We have to win it. I'm going to show you why we have to win it when we come back. All right, we'll be right back.
The Playmakers blog is sponsored by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment. So much to stream. From shows and movies you can only catch here on Paramount Plus, whether it be from CBS, BET, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, and so much more. The new home of Showtime. Watch Showtime original series, movies, and sports when you sign up for Paramount Plus with Showtime. Catch exclusive originals from Paramount Plus such as Star Trek, Strange Wars, The Family Stallones, Halo, and so much more. You also can stream live sports like NFL on CBS, the UEFA Champions League, the Masters, and the SEC on CBS. Paramount Plus, you can stream up to 3 devices when you create an account. So Paramount Plus plan starts at $5.99. If you hit that link below, you can get a free trial. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Into the Net FC.
Kylian Mbappe just all of a sudden finally understood his role, and I think he finally understood that everything Kylian Mbappe has accomplished already, there is still a hell of a lot waiting for him in the future. Kylian Mbappe is only 24 years old. He has accomplished so much, and you know what? Kylian Mbappe has not even reached his prime. Finally seeing, the Marcus Rashford we have been hoping for such a long time, But, this game, after everything Manchester United has been, doing lately, this was actually the ultimate test, to see if Manchester United, honestly was all of a sudden for real.
I explained this. The United States, maybe they have to suffer this loss as a lesson to learn to prepare for the future. Because 4 years from now, the World Cup is in not one, not two, but 3 countries. The United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. Into the NFC is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ramley Talk. Thank you for tuning in. Those of you who are soccer fans, check out Internet LC. Alex does an amazing job covering soccer, and I do believe when the World Cup do come to the United States, LA is one of the spots that they'll be playing some games at. Okay, and not to mention, I believe in 2028 the games come to Los Angeles here in the States. So some good things coming to LA. Also, we got another Super Bowl coming to SoFi Stadium. Great things going out in LA right now that involve the Rams. Nevertheless, here we are. All right, week 17. We got 2 weeks left. We have this week and we have next week. Both games are on the road. Week 18, we go to Santa Clara to finish off the season with the San Francisco 49ers. We will see what is on the line in that game for both the Rams and the 49ers when we get there next week. That's how we're going to kick off the new year. Nevertheless, to close out this year, we going to Jersey. We're taking on the New York Giants. But before we get to that, here's where we sit right now in the standings, all right? The New York Giants are already eliminated. Their season is already done, sitting at 5-10. They are also with the Washington Commanders, the Arizona Cardinals, and the Carolina Panthers. They're all eliminated. From Chicago on up, everybody's still fighting, okay? San Fran has already won their division. They won our division already, so they just fighting for seeding. The Eagles, the Cowboys, they fighting for a division and a wild card spot. So whoever wins the NFC East, the other team will be the 5th seed in the playoffs. Congratulations to the Detroit Lions for the first time in 30 years. They have won the NFC North. Congratulations to them. They have a big game this weekend as they go to Dallas. All right. Now we got those out of the way. Tampa Bay, us, the Los Angeles Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Minnesota Vikings, the Atlanta Falcons, Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints, and the Chicago Bears are all fighting for either the NFC South or wild card. So if you're in the NFC South, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, and New Orleans are all fighting for that. And everybody else is fighting for wild card spots, which will be 6 and 7, okay? We are currently the 6th seed. All right. As of right now, if the season was to end today, we will be facing the Detroit Lions. Out of all the things that could happen, especially to the city of Detroit. The Detroit Pistons have set the record for the most losing streak in the goddamn league of the NBA. They are at 27, which will probably be at 28 tonight because they are in Boston. It'll be a whole 2-month calendar since they won a game. The Detroit Tigers ain't been doing nothing. Don't know much about the Detroit Red Wings at the moment in time. The only thing Detroit can hold their hope on is the Detroit Lions. And what could be the most climactic way, irony way for the Detroit Lions to enjoy their first ever home playoff game with the Rams coming back as Matthew Stafford is leading the charge. That was to happen if the season ended right now. Obviously, it doesn't. But just says something for you to think about there. If you're a Rams fan, if you're a Lions fan, there is a very good possibility Matthew Stafford could be returning to Ford Field to face off with the Detroit Lions in the playoff game. Just throwing that out there. Nevertheless, just throwing it out there. Now, this is where we are. We are 8 and 7. We're on top of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. No matter what the Seahawks does, they can't do nothing with retire because we swept the Seattle Seahawks week 1 and I believe week 10, if I remember correctly, or week 11. We swept them both. We went there in week 1, beat the brakes off them. They came to us after our bye week. We beat them again. We're good. So anything that involves Seattle, we win. It doesn't even matter. Seattle don't even matter, okay? As long as we keep winning, Seattle don't even matter, all right? So it takes Seattle out of the way. Then you have Minnesota, Atlanta, Green Bay, New Orleans. Well, New Orleans don't matter because we just beat them on Thursday night. So that just leaves Green Bay, Atlanta, and Minnesota. We haven't played Atlanta and Minnesota, so that's iffy. We played Green Bay. We lost to Green Bay. That's the last game before our bye week in week 9. When we went to Lambeau Field and we got our asses handed to us by the Packers yet again. So any tie that falls with the Packers, we don't win, okay? So it's good that the Packers are a game behind us, along with the Falcons and the Vikings, okay? Here's where we at. Here's the scenario, ladies and gentlemen. The Rams can clinch the wild card spot after week 17 as long as they first, and most importantly, beat the New York Giants. And then they need either the Seahawks to lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers, with that game being in Seattle, or the Sunday night game between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings down in Minnesota, if I remember correctly, ends in Brian Snow's favorite, a tie. And when he hears that, he's gonna love that. For some reason, he wants games to end in a tie. I don't know why. But if the Packers and the Vikings end in a tie, and that game is in Minnesota on Sunday night, if that ends in a tie and we beat the Giants, we'll clinch the playoffs. But if we win and, Pittsburgh take that trip to the Pacific Northwest and take care of the Seattle Seahawks, we clinch a playoff spot, okay? So that's the playoff scenarios for the Los Angeles Rams to clinch a wild card spot and get back into the playoffs when everybody and their mama and their grandmama and their aunties and uncles was like, the Rams ain't going to be nothing. The Rams ain't going to do crap. The Rams ain't don't got it, okay? What you saying now? Just throwing that out there. Even though I had them going 11-6, I'm going to be off my position because they already lost 7 games. But, hey, I knew what kind of team we had. I seen some good things, and I thought them good things would come to fruition, which they did. Now, let's get to it. Obviously, we're going to New Jersey. We're going to take on the New York Giants, the last of the NFC East that we have to face off against. Took an L to the Philadelphia Eagles. We took an L to the Dallas Cowboys. We beat the Washington Commanders. This is the last of the team. We can go 2-2 against the NFC East, which would be good because that put us in a better position to clinch the playoff spot. As I said earlier, the Giants are 5-10. They have nothing to play for, even though they gave Philly everything they could this past weekend. They gave Philly everything they could have. They lost to Philly on Christmas Day by the score of 25-23. Tommy DeVito got knocked out the game. Here comes Tyrod Taylor. Brought him back. Got him a touchdown. Threw one to Darius Slayton. Saquon Barkley got a touchdown. They made it a fight. They made it a game, ladies and gentlemen. They made it a real good game for Christmas. So they didn't give Philly an easy Christmas gift, I can tell you that. The Eagles had to earn their Christmas gift, which they did, and I'll give them that. They earned their Christmas gift. Nevertheless, this is where we at right now. We are the 7th-ranked offense in the league. We are 18th on the defensive side. We are ranked in the top 10 in both passing and rushing, and at 10 on both sides on both categories. And as you see for the Giants, it's just 31st on offense, 28th in defense. They are dead last on passing attack, and they are in the top half of rushing attack because they do have Saquon Barkley. Nevertheless, Saquon Barkley is Saquon Barkley. Get a man his brother. Despite the time of season they are having, he is still Saquon Barkley. But, we should be able to win this game. But to do my due diligence and do what I'm supposed to be doing. So ESPN bets has us as a 5.5 point favorite on the road. That's a lot because you consider the home team gets 3 points automatically. So to be minus 5.5 on the road, that's a lot of points they saying we gonna put up on the Giants. They got the over under at 44.5 for my betting people out there. Nevertheless, it's going to be a cloudy day in New Jersey. Temperature should be around the 42 mark, so it shouldn't be too cold. Surprisingly, that we're going to New Jersey, it's going to be around 42. Usually around December, we're talking 30, maybe 20. 42 is not bad. 42 is not bad, okay? So it should be some nice weather in New Jersey Sunday afternoon around 1 p.m., on Fox. So we shall see what happens. She'll see what goes down with the Giants. But, I am predicting the W because it is the New York Giants we're talking about here. I think we should win, get us to 9-7 on the year, and then kick back and watch Seattle and Pittsburgh go in the late game. That game is at 4:05 on Fox. So we can kick back, sit back, watch what happens. If Pittsburgh wins, we clinch our playoff spot. If not, we'll go to Sunday Night Football down in Minnesota, and we'll see if Green Bay and Minnesota want to have a tie. Which that would be very interesting if that does happen on Sunday Night Football. It ends in a tie. Nevertheless, that's what it's going to be. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the 2023 edition of Ramley Talk. Because when I come to you next week, it'll be the year 2024. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas. Hope you're getting ready for the new year. It's been a fun ride. Well, after this, we have one more game to preview, and we will see if we're in the playoffs. And then we can talk playoff football with the Los Angeles Rams. But until then, have a happy new year. I will see you in 2024. Deuces. Thank you for tuning in to Ramley Talk. Ramley Talk is sponsored by Fanatics, Lids, and Paramount Plus. Get your favorite sports appeal with Fanatics or Lids, and get great streaming service with Paramount Plus. If you want to donate to the program, you can donate to us via Cash App, $D Playmakers. That is again, $D Playmakers. And remember, you can follow and subscribe to Ramley Talk on all podcast directories, including Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. And those of you who are on Apple, leave us a great review, leave comments on how you feel about Ramley Talk and the episode that you listen to. Tune in again next time for more